Well, hello guys, how are you? Now, do you remember the Enquirer? We don't see it around very much where I am, but maybe you still have it. But it used to be really good, but it's lost its kind of flavor a bit. But years ago I used to buy it because of the headlines. They were very clever the way they worded them. And of course us real men knew that all the stories were either made up or just blown out of proportion. But for me it used to be an entertaining read. Now, I did find it in a newsagent's one time here, but it's very thin, quite expensive, and it was nowhere near as good as it used to be. But have you ever noticed all the main papers out there now, all are like the Enquirer? You've read one paper, you've read all the stories, really. They're in the other papers too, just with a little different twist. And then the papers are always pushing the message, and the stories are kind of bland and boring. I don't think they even go out, reporters, anymore. They just stay in, look online, get a story or an old one or whatever, and just rewrite it slightly. And that's about it. And it sure shows in the papers. But that goes with a lot of things on the internet now, doesn't it? It's all bland and boring, and nearly all of it is pushing the message. Of course, I do believe some of the writers of the Enquirer knew you wouldn't believe them. The trouble is the writers of the newspapers today expect you to believe it. I mean, if they just put some effort into their work, instead of just copy and pasting everything. And of course, they'll only go for the stories that they can push the message with. And of course, we all know that femons love gossip, don't they? And that's what the papers really have turned into. Actually, real news is a thing of the past. It's kind of like it all goes through this sort of machine, and it all just comes out about the same. Now, if they made papers like the one I've just made there, I'd read it. That looks damn interesting. Anyway, you guys, what do you think about it all, hey? Is there anything we read nowadays that is the real truth, or has it all gone through the clown machine? Take it easy, fellas.